The conventional wisdom over the last few decades has been Iran is racing towards a nuclear weapon. Iran wants a bomb, the bomb. But the real challenge for us is to understand that perhaps Iran doesn't want a bomb. The Iranians are expert in the long game, and I think our fault has been always shaping the argument around a timeline. In 5 years, the Iranians are going to have a bomb. 6 months, the Iranians are going to have a bomb. But if the Iranians really want an arsenal, then what the President of the United States has put in place is the perfect plan for them. Work on advanced centrifuges, continued enrichment, continued research, conventional weapons, ballistic missiles, all of that is going to be allowed under the new Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with the Iranians. And that means that in 10 years to 15 years, they will be able to have an arsenal of nuclear weapons, and we won't be able to do a damn thing about it. The other problem here is that not only do we have imperfect intelligence about Iranian activities, but that the inspections regime that was put in place by this deal is extraordinarily lax. Basically, what happens is that we suspect that the Iranians have violated their obligations under the deal. We need to go to a committee and argue to them that the Iranians have done that. The Iranians are on that committee. We need to persuade 5 of the 8 members of that committee that there was a violation. They need to vote on that. And then the Iranians get to have a period of time in which they consider it. In other words, between detection of a violation and the time that the inspectors get in there for the so-called anywhere, anytime inspections.
Well, Jake, first of all, under this deal, you will have anywhere, anytime, 24/7 access as it relates to the nuclear facilities
that the president's chief national security officials have talked about will be 24 days.
I never, in 4 years, had a discussion about anywhere, anytime.
A lot happens in 24 days. The sanctions regime that is in place now is one of the most stringent in the history of the world. The Iranians cannot do business as we know it. They can't get letters of credit. They cannot export oil. They can't sell their carpets. They are completely constrained. They can't do dollar transactions. They can't really work with respectable banking systems in the world. That's all going to go away. And what it will mean immediately is a $150 billion windfall in frozen assets released and in other trade that's allowed. What will Iran do with this money? Sure, some of it will go towards infrastructure, some of it will go towards the Iranian people, but a vast mass of it will go to Hezbollah, to Hamas, to buying surface-to-air missiles from the Russians, to buying advanced ballistic missile systems from the Chinese, to buying new aircraft from whoever will sell it, to supplying all of these things to their proxies, because why not? There's nothing that stops them.